Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
For as long as we've been recording our lives in history, humanity has been preoccupied with longevity and immortality. So far, we haven't even gotten close. In the rest of the animal kingdom, however, we've seen amazing instances of death defiance. From animals that keep living even after being cut in half, to animals that can withstand crazy temperatures and radiation, to long-living animals and immortal beings. Immortal? Wait for it, we're getting there. Number 10. Cockroaches. The cockroach takes the zombie status to a whole new level. You may have noticed the incredible resilience displayed by cockroaches, but just how much can these small creatures endure? The list is long, but you may want to know about these ones to be prepared. Cockroaches can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes, so water may not be a quick solution for these pests. They can also live without food for a month and run up to 3 miles per hour. No wonder they've embarrassed us when trying to catch them. So far, so good. But did you know that cockroaches can also live without their heads? Their system is so adapted to the possibility of losing their head that they can breathe through the holes in their body and regulate little activity through the brains.
I'd still be alive if it wasn't for you, Bill.
Unfortunately, they are dependent on the mouth for drinking and eating, so their almost zombie-like existence doesn't last for long. If you're wondering where they get this adaptability from, we have an idea. Cockroaches spend over 75% of their time just resting. In a way, laziness actually helps them survive. Well, we know that wouldn't work with our species. Number 9. Turtles. Next up, turtles may not defy the rules of death, but they do defy the rules of aging. Turtles are one of the longest living animals on Earth, making them incredibly interesting for scientists studying pathways to longevity. In fact, there have been tortoises living until only recently that have actually met Charles Darwin. These complex animals can thrive even in the total absence of oxygen, an accomplishment reserved to very few creatures. To do so, turtles can almost stop their metabolism in order to preserve energy. This energy trade-off could be a possible explanation for the turtle's extended life compared to humans. In circumstances of stress, such as lack of oxygen, turtles are able to turn off stress response proteins and focus on reshaping their cells to withstand the new conditions. Humans, on the other hand, turn on stress signaling proteins that can use a lot of energy and ultimately kill the cells. That, for us, is proof that stress has never done any good. Number 8. Fruit flies. As we've seen, invertebrates are awesome living beings, but the quirks of some invertebrates, like the fruit fly, have proven very useful for science. Fruit flies can survive a beheading and can still carry on with life as if nothing happened. These incredible insects can still fly around, maintain posture and defend themselves without their heads. Moreover, their mating behavior is not guided by their brains, but by their reproductive organs. So a mere head loss won't stop them from trying to mate, at least for a while. Just like cockroaches, fruit flies will eventually die from not being able to feed. Due to this impressive capacity, headless flies have helped advance research on how neurons work. Scientists even managed to stimulate a headless fly's spinal cord and make it fly. It cannot get scarier than this. Number 7. Bdelloids. Bdelloids are some of the strangest animals on Earth, but are best known for their ability to defy death. These freshwater invertebrates are incredibly resilient to external factors and have some interesting survival tactics. Their ability to survive radiation is unparalleled. Ionizing radiation naturally damages DNA, tearing it into small chunks. Even small exposures can be fatal for humans. Bdelloids, however, can survive intensities 100 times more. The craziest thing is that radium has the same shredding effects on their DNA, but they can repair the breaks. At this point you may be wondering, how have bdelloids developed this extreme resistance? Scientists have a clue. It seems that shortages of water require similar abilities to surviving radiation, so having adapted dehydration makes these creatures resilient to killer amounts of radiation. This interesting aspect may allow bdelloids to also continue to reproduce asexually. As yet another quirk, bdelloids multiply by stealing DNA from other animals. If it weren't for their ability to reconstruct DNA, they may not have been able to survive some drawbacks of asexual reproduction, such as the spread of genetic parasites. Number 6. Tardigrades. Closest animal rival to bdelloids is the tardigrade. These cute water bears are much stronger than they look. being able to survive up to 30 years without food or water. Not only that, tardigrades are famous for their endurance of extreme temperatures, radiation exposure, and last but not least, the vacuum of space. According to scientists, tardigrades could survive all sorts of disastrous events that would otherwise wipe out entire species. An asteroid hits the Earth, the tardigrades live on at the bottom of the ocean. Is there anything out there that could kill all tardigrades? Well, apart from the death of the sun, there's not much else. Our water bears are safe for now. Number 5. Flatworms. Another animal that we can learn a lot from is the flatworm. These animals are experts at regeneration. If severed, they can regenerate tails and heads, partially or entirely. What's more, new worms can grow from the cut pieces of a flatworm. A head without a tail will grow a new tail. A tail without a head will grow a new head. Speculating about the cause of this ability, scientists argue that it may be a method of asexual reproduction. The animal can attach to a surface while the head takes off on its own, and just like that, you have 2 new flatworms, identical to the first one. Now that's a handy survival tool to have at your disposal. Number 4. Clams. The list of age-defying creatures is topped by a famous clam, one lucky enough to have lived during the Ming dynasty in China, during the process of painting the Mona Lisa, and the first recorded smallpox epidemic. Ming the clam has lived for 507 years. That is, until scientists trying to calculate its age accidentally killed it. You see, to calculate a clam's age, one needs to count the bands on its shells. As it turns out, it's not always safely done. Scientists argue that Ming was able to survive for so long due to its extremely slow metabolism. But even though they say it's possible for other quahogs, as they are called, to live as long or longer, no older clam has since been found. It's safe to say that if scientists do find one, they'll be much more cautious with calculating its age. Number 3. Hydra. Until now, we've talked about animals that can regenerate, survive in extreme conditions, or live for very long periods. So what's the next level? Immortality. Yes, the Earth may know immortal animals. The Hydra, a freshwater polyp, could be one of them. And no, we're not referring to the Greek mythological monster, although the Hydra received its name after the ancient beast. Hydras are in fact incredibly small, only 10 millimeters, and live on a diet made of even smaller water animals. The incredible part is that scientists studying hydras for over 4 years have not found any signs of cell degeneration and therefore aging. Another study showed that only 1 per 167 would die in a year, regardless of age, prompting scientists to claim that hydras could actually live forever in the right conditions. Number 2. Jellyfish. The good news brought by this one is that immortality can be achieved. The bad news is that you need to be a jellyfish to defy death forever. A Turritopsistorni jellyfish, to be more precise. The key to its eternal life seems to be it never reaching maturity in the first place. What better way to avoid aging than just going backwards, provided that you are capable of that achievement? This real-life Benjamin Button reverts to a juvenile polyp state once after they reproduce. In the process, their tentacles are retracted, their bodies shrink, and they sink to the ocean floor. As a result, there's no way we can calculate the biological life of this jellyfish. They are truly immortal beings, threatened only by external factors. Number 1. Snakes. We arrived at the end of our list, and don't worry, we saved the best for last. One unique animal that defies death in a way is the snake. Listen closely. You'll want to know this if you ever encounter a snake with a severed head. It turns out that even after decapitation, the snake's detached head can still attack and bite you with all it has left. This happens because cold-blooded animals retain certain reflexes after death. What's more, the bite reflex is stronger with venomous snakes than any other animals. Unlike felines who sink their teeth into the prey's flesh and stay there for a while, snakes know they only need an extremely quick bite. The reflex will be triggered for hours after the snake's head has been chopped off. That's hardly common knowledge. Many people around the world have reported being bitten by a snake's detached head. Why? They picked it up too soon. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.